I'm sick and tired of feeling like a slave, hauling those heavy, stinking bags across the feed store parking lot, while those corporate vampires rip my wallet to shreds. Every time I fold up one of those damn receipts and shove it in my pocket, I practically feel them laughing at my back. Prices are skyrocketing like crazy, but the egg baskets are getting lighter. And that feeling of being bled dry by the system is enough to drive anyone over the edge. If you've ever stood over an empty feeder, wondering if you're just a failure as a chicken keeper, listen up, it is not your fault. You've just fallen into a rigged game where they get rich off your sweat. Look at this ridiculous cycle. You shell out hard-earned cash for dried grains, processed 1,000 miles away, bagged up, and slapped with a nutritional label. Then, you pray those dead powders can replace the living organisms that your hens naturally crave. That is not farming. That is an economic noose tightening around your neck. The second gas prices jump or the weather shifts, your entire flock becomes a hostage to those big ag giants. The kicker is they blame you, production down. They tell you to switch to a premium brand, buy complex supplements, or install more useless gadgets. But a hen isn't a machine meant to swallow dollar bills. She is a descendant of the forest. She scratches, she hunts, she forages. She was never meant to cost you a red cent to feed. Just open your eyes and really look. When you coop chickens up on dead ground, with nothing but bagged feed, they're like the walking dead. But the moment you put them on living soil, they transform back into fierce hunters. That sudden burst of life is exactly what they're afraid you'll catch on to. So many folks quit because they're burnt out and broke, thinking they can't afford chickens. When the whole design was backwards from the start, you strip the birds away from the land. It is a dirty scam. They teach you to till, to weed, to keep your garden looking clean like a chocolate cake. And then they sell you buckets of chemicals and fertilizer to save the dying soil. Every time you till, you're cutting the earth's veins. Every spray of herbicide kills off your hens' free buffet. They've replaced connection with dependency and had the nerve to call it expertise. Wake up. Your anger shouldn't be at yourself. It should be aimed at this poverty-producing agricultural playbook. When a chicken finds pupae and larvae in a winter orchard, that is top-tier protein that doesn't come with an invoice. That is zero-cost pest control, a self-powered fertilizer factory. She is telling you that you've been hoodwinked for way too long. An orchard isn't just a backdrop for fruit. It is a living floor. In the winter, there is a secret negotiation for life and fertility happening under those trees. When your chickens are tearing through the leaf litter, they aren't making a mess, they're working for you. They're taking out pests before they ever grow wings. And their precision, fertilizing exactly where the roots need it most. You don't need to run to the garden center for some miracle grow powder. You just need to stop interfering with this beautiful ecological machine. Stop being the sucker getting bent double under a feed bag. Stop cleaning, stop hauling, and stop throwing wealth away like it's trash. Lay down some cardboard where you want to plant. Cover it with so-called waste. And let life return on its own. When your hens start crafting their own menu from the landscape, and those yolks turn sunset orange, that bag of dead dust won't be able to hold you anymore. This isn't just about saving a few bucks. It's about reclaiming your dignity and your sovereignty as a human being. When the supply chain snaps and the grocery shelves are a desert, while everyone else is desperately refreshing their phones, you'll be out back washing the dirt off a carrot, picking up eggs that are still warm from the hen. That is real insurance. Be honest, how much of your stupid money are you wasting on those damn feed bags every year? If you cut off the feed store today, do you think your neighbors would think you've lost your marbles? Or would they be secretly jealous that your egg basket is always overflowing? Let me know in the comments. Are you ready to tear up that feed receipt for good?